All right, now we're back. We've been talking about golf tournaments, and one of the things I recommended was to go out and try to find a title sponsor right away before you go out and try to get the $500 sponsors and try to get 20 of them. If you can't get one large sponsor to support what you're trying to do, you might not be in the right environment to even have the golf event. So bear in mind that golf events and that kind of thing are kind of on a downturn right now, and different people are not that comfortable golfing. It used to be everyone golfed, and now you're finding that the people are doing other things. I mean, the younger folks are not golfing. They are doing all these extreme sports and want to do other things. So you have to know when to, cut the cards and say, look, this isn't going to work. We're not getting any support. Why even go for it if you can't get at least someone or a group of people that would come up with some bucks to at least kind of cover some of the overhead and that kind of thing. But let's assume that you do have a team and that they are saying, yep, let's go forward, or you already have an existing tournament that needs to have some new blood instilled in it. So now once you have that down, now what you want to do, of course, is do the fundraising types of things where you ask people if they know someone that owns a business, or if you can find some businesses that like golf, and they would maybe even want some of their young executives, male and female, to play in your event, or like to get connected with some other businesses that they know are already playing in it. So oftentimes what we would do is, if we know there's a business that wants to get connected with, say, another business, and they're involved in the event, you might pair them up in the foursome so that they have a chance to spend 4 or 5 hours together. There's nothing like having 4 or 5 hours with someone to really build a relationship, and those relationships can last for a lifetime. This friend of mine, he's a golf pro, and he tells me that golf is a friend-making machine, and it is. I mean, when you're out there, you're smoking and joking and laughing and having fun on the range and watching people make a fool of themselves, and pretty soon you become lifelong friends. And many business deals that I have put together in my life started at the golf course. So again, you will want to count on people to talk to their friends or their business associates to help generate the income. But the thing that starts creating the awareness of the golf event is branding. And you want to start learning how to brand that golf tournament. And one of the things we did, for example, in our golf event, we did create a little logo, and so that logo, it was a little Scotty, he became the mascot for the event. I happen to use that mascot now for my logo because they no longer use it. They use the major corporations, and so that mascot became available. And so we used him everywhere, and we did a lot of different kinds of marketing. One thing we did is we created a program that we could put him in, and then we started using him. Of course, he's in the upper corner there, and whenever somebody saw that little mascot, they knew it represented the North Dakota Open. And we even came up with kind of a program. We took pictures, and we would incorporate sponsors with the little logo. So here was Super Value with the little logo guy, and we ended up getting support letters, an honorary chairman, and we would tie him in with it. And so when people would see that, and they'd see the little logo on the hats and the shirts that we created. There was an instant name recognition, and what happened is people that hadn't played in it, they wanted to start playing in it. Well, guess what? That event was full. I mean, it got to a point where people were begging to be able to play in that event. We could not get them in it because they had to pay $1,000 to be a major sponsor. And so that's the way it can develop if you create a really, really cool event. Now, many people start a golf event and their main purpose is to start making money right away with the golf event. And in my mind, that's counterproductive, because the charity that we initiated the golf event with didn't make most of its money from that title sponsorship. In fact, that money sort of got absorbed into the event. Where they really made their money was all the people that played in the event, and eventually that charity was able to do a presentation at the golf event, tell a little bit about what its needs were and what services it provided, and those people became the main supporters offline. So at Christmas time they made a donation, or the corporations got involved with some of the programs individually beyond the golf event. And so my point is, with these golf events, if you're thinking that you're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars right away, you're not. The average golf event makes about $5,000, and you can imagine all the hours and everything that people put in to try to make it really a great event. But what really makes it work is all the business that can be done on the side, or the donations that other corporations will give to that event as a result. I mean, give to that charity or that business as a result of that event. So you want to make that event very, very special, extraordinary. And how do you do that? Well, one of the things that we did, and I think we've been doing lately in some of our events, is we've been doing golf clinics. So if you might understand that a lot of women who haven't really golfed a lot, they're a little hesitant to sign up for a golf event if their company has a sponsorship. Well, what we'll do is we'll have a golf clinic maybe a few months before, and have a pro go out and give lessons for a day, showing people how to play the game, so their comfort level gets up. And then when they come and play, in a couple months into the golf tournament itself, they are confident that they can at least not be the guy that people are pointing to, or the gal that swings and misses the ball. So you want to make the event really, really entertaining. And you can do that by having it being a pro-am, where you have pros there, and they put their entry fee money in, and they play for their own money. So if they put $500 in, that money all goes back as a payout. But then you, as the amateurs, can play with them, and that's really fun. Or again, you can have the scramble formats, where everybody hits the ball out in the fairway and you take the best ball and play it in. And you have all kinds of things where you might have wine tasting on each hole, or beer tasting, or one hole you might have a grill and there's samples of food, or a hole-in-one contest. But you want to create this fantastic day on the golf course where there's people each hole. It's a fun deal. And you don't want to be tapping and nickel-diming people for money on the golf course. People, some tournament golf directors and fundraisers, charities, will try to pull money out of the people while they're on the course. If somebody is paid $1,000 to play in a golf event, they do not need to be nickel-dimed on the course. That should all be done prior to. But, again, you want to make that day a special day, a day that they remember. You want to have an honorary chairman who gets an award. I happen to get this award for being an honorary chairman. It's been with me for 30 years. It's a phenomenal recognition thing for me. Hole-in-ones, you have a logo on the golf ball, everybody gets golf balls. But you want to make that day really, really special. Another thing you want to do is when people come in the morning, you don't want them just to register them and they go wandering around by themselves. You want people to connect. You want to have a name tag so that somebody knows who somebody else is. I mean, if you've got 200 people playing in a golf event and you don't even know who the CEO of some place is, you want to be able to create this name tag. They can take it off on the course, but while they're having their breakfast or even at night, it's nice to have those name tags on there so that people can meet people and get to know them. So we'll talk more about golf tournaments. I think they're phenomenal. I highly recommend you doing them if you know that you do your groundwork and that it's going to work. So this is Mark Mulligan signing off, and have a great day.